Now see what happens when Bryan Singer comes back to do the third X-Men movie. Ends up being freaking great. X-Men Apocalypse. And so X-Men Apocalypse is, I can't really call it the final X-Men movie because there's going to be more X-Men movies to come, but it is the latest X-Men movie brought to us by 20th Century Fox, directed by Bryan Singer, and is this movie good? I'm gonna say, guys, me personally, I feel like this is what an X-Men movie should have been like from the jump, man. It's such a shame 2016 took it this long to finally get an X-Men movie that does everything right. Right there, the characters right there, the story right. It's just, man, there's a lot of things this movie did right, and some things I'm sure comic fans are gonna be like, nope, that's no spoilers in this review at all, guys. I'm just here to tell you that X-Men Apocalypse is a very great action movie. It's a great story. It's a great sequel to Days of Future Past and First Class. It just does everything awesome. I dare say it's probably the most comic book accurate-ish X-Men movie we've had in all the right places. So with that being said, look into the pros and cons why I believe that X-Men Apocalypse is in theaters right now. Go check it out. You gotta go see the movie, and here's why. And first of all, after the movie, I gotta say this from the jump. Apocalypse, this dude is business. I dare say he might be the best villain I've seen in a comic book movie in some time. Let me tell you. I feel like they did Apocalypse's powers right, they did his origin right. Well, kinda. I can't think of the actor's name who plays him right now at this exact moment, but Apocalypse was badass in this movie. He was the perfect villain for this movie. Real calm, real cool, collected. He just comes in the room like, yes, you're all my children now. Badass. Like I said, he just, no spoilers, but I will just say Apocalypse, the stuff thing this guy can do. This guy is pretty much death when he walks in the room. You think you can challenge me? You're all dead. Yeah, they even got his voice right. I swear. I know some people are still gonna be like, he looks like Ivan News, but I will say for the most part, at least he's not purple, so I did not mind Apocalypse's look in this movie. He was menacing, got the job done. This dude was just business. As for everybody else, you know who it is by now. Michael Fassbender, James McAvoy, Jennifer Lawrence, they were awesome in the movie too. I feel like this is finally a fulfilling, concluding arc for their characters that started with First Class, Days of Future Past, and now in this movie, it all comes full circle. You see them all grow, and now they're just like, yeah, now they're the characters from 2000 X-Men. That's them now. And we gotta talk about the new recruits. You got Jean Grey, Cyclops, Nightcrawler. At first, when you see them, at first you're gonna think like, oh, they're just in the movie because we gotta have new people for an X-Men movie. But no, they were actually relevant to the plot. They actually got shit done. You actually care about their characters too, because there's a lot of character development with them. And so overall, the characters and acting in the movie was just spot on. It was great, man. I swear, there's a lot of things in this movie that's gonna happen. You're just gonna be like, I feel that. There's emotion. Good going, Fox. Now, plot in the movie, without spoiling, the plot in the movie is more or less what you figured out from the trailers, all three of them and shit. Inside Manor, the world's first mutant and everything, you know, he's just doing what he does. He's been ruling the world and Egypt and shit for tens of thousands of years. Until, of course, one day he gets entombed in his own place and he just waiting to be risen again. And through a series of events, Apocalypse comes back and now he's like, I'm going to cleanse the world. We will build a new world. So, and it of course the four horsemen, and I mean Thor, Magneto, Archangel, and Psylocke. Babe, hot as shit. And now it's up to the X-Men to stop them, and that's your movie more or less. Plot advances so well in this movie that it's just like, yeah, things happen, you're like, okay, keep the plot moving. Yeah, X-Men. Action in the movie, oh my goodness. This is probably the most spectacular looking X-Men movie yet. Special effects look amazing, so this is like the most dazzling, spellbinding X-Men movie we've had yet. Buildings are being disintegrated, the world is just being torn apart, and you see Cyclops shooting lasers at the end of the movie. There's a big surprise at the end of the movie. I'm just gonna say, if you're a fan of something, there's a big part in the movie you're gonna be like, yes, that's how you do it. And probably the most extravagant part of all at the end of the movie you're gonna see. Is there any cons I gotta say about the movie? I feel like there's one big thing that happens towards the end of the movie that's kind of going to be like a divide between, you know, casual movie viewers and hardcore fans. I can't tell you what it is, but you're going to see it, and when you do, you know, you'll be like, okay, you're either on Team A or Team B when this thing happens towards the end of the movie. Me, it didn't really bother me too much because I prefer that thing over the alternative, which is what happened in the comic book, so I can't tell you what it is. You gotta check it out yourself. If there's so much to like about the movie, because like I said, not only is it a great, well paced and well shot, well directed movie. It also has a nice bit of fan service in it without fucking overdoing it. But it doesn't shove fan service down your throat like, oh, we gotta have fan service because it's X-Men, you know. A little Easter eggs here and there. Like, no, this is really just a really well paced, well put together, well good movie that just happens to finally do it comic book accurate. This is what comic book X-Men should feel like. So at the end of the day, I just gotta say, X-Men Apocalypse, I went to this movie kind of thinking like, okay, I hope it's at least as good as Days of Future Past. I hope at least. They walked out of the movie just like, oh yes, by the time it's all over, this is what X-Men movies should always be like. This is the bar. So with that being said, I'm gonna say that X-Men Apocalypse is officially a 10 out of 10, which is fucking awesome. There is a post-credit scene in the movie. For you hardcore fans, you'll see that post-credit scene and be like, I know exactly what that is, and that's awesome. Everybody else is gonna be like, Google time. And so X-Men Apocalypse is in theaters right now. What do you think about it? You gonna go see the movie? Put in comments and let me know. Just talk about X-Men Apocalypse because it's out now. Go check the movie out. And remember, guys, subscribe. Until next time.